We see that Tavu gives a report of Jinwoo's case to Tavu, and he also tells him that these people have come out after killing the boss of the dungeon. Tavu says if you find this a little strange, then you can investigate it yourself. There is no such thing, but there is a survivor in it who was also saved in the double dungeon, and his name is Jinwoo. And the biggest thing is that one of the dead hunters was a hunter whose name was Puen Dong Suk. This is Hwang Dong Suk's brother, right? So this is really a very worrying thing. And then we see that Jinwoo has come back home and brought food for his sister. Her sister is very happy to see this and says, "By the way, it is quite unusual that you are spending so much money. And what happened in the last mission? This time you didn't get so much injured, and on top of that you got a lot of money. Were your friends really that strong?" Then Jinwoo says yes and thinks that it was very easy to defeat them. And even though they were much stronger than me, I didn't have any difficulty. And I didn't feel anything when I killed them. If I had been the first Jinwoo, I would have run away in fear. So is my bravery big along with my level. But this time the people I killed were not monsters, they were humans. And he thinks, now I shouldn't think about the old things, and I should become strong for my family. And I should also try not to die. Because if this thing happens again, then I will do the same again. And then we see that as Jinwoo drinks beer, the system shows him a notification. But Jinwoo doesn't understand anything. And then he takes a beer can and goes to his room. And he starts drinking a lot of beers. And he says, I can drink as much beer as I want. But this system is not letting me get intoxicated. Is this the effect of some skill? And then he gets a notification of his first quest, where he got 2 abilities. The first one was that he will heal all his injuries with his help. And the second skill was that his immunity and regeneration capability will increase, because of which he will be able to live a healthy life. Then Jinwoo says, I didn't get a chance to check this thing, because of which my hand and leg were able to regenerate again. And then after a while Jinwoo tells him that he got a phone call from Yo. And then he goes to a cafe to meet Yo, where Jinwoo says, I didn't think I would meet you so soon. You saved my life. So I wanted to thank you. You have helped me a lot, and you have also given me a magic gem. And the biggest help you have given is that you didn't tell anyone about my truth. I did this because they tried to kill us first, and you have only done self-defense. So why have you called me here today? I have called you here today because I want to make my own organization. Then Jinwoo refuses him without listening to him completely. And he says, I don't want to have any relationship with any rich father's child. But Yo requests him again and again, and Jinwoo agrees to listen to him. I want to make an organization in which I want to be the leader of the hunters, and for his license, a hunter has to take part in at least 20 missions, and the previous mission was my first. I have studied a lot to advance the company, because of which I will clear the written exam. But I am not so good at fighting. And your father is the owner of Yajin Construction, right? And you are his second son. So why do you want to do all this? I am doing all this for my company. Because my father wants the same. Dungeons are very dangerous. But they have very rare treasures, like magic gems and mana crystals. And if there is a high-ranked beast, we can also make equipment from his body. Which means we can use the dungeons for money. So then, according to your plan, you will make a team of your own hunters, which will win the dungeons for you, which will make you profit. And promises to give him 30 billion. Then Jinwoo thinks that he is giving me 30 billion for 19 C-rank missions, and that too before completing those missions. And if I am the only one in this world who can level up, then this story can go a little different, and if I keep leveling up like this, then maybe one day I will reach S rank or above him. And if that happens, then these 30 billion are very less. Now, I don't even know much about leveling up, so it can be very dangerous to team up with anyone. And then Jinwoo begins to refuse that offer. Then Yo shouts and says, wait, if you help me, then I will keep this secret of yours for the rest of my life. And we see that as soon as Jinwoo stares, Yo stops, and Jinwoo goes away from there. Then Don Suk's brother asks for information about the people left behind in his brother's mission. And then we see that his secretary comes there with those documents. My brother has been killed. And then he says to his secretary with those documents, Laura, what will happen if I kill someone in another country? Change my schedule. If we do this, then the functioning of the whole organization will change. And anyway, you are very busy at this time. So come on, then schedule all those things for the talk. And I hope that Hunter Yo and Hunter Jinwoo stay alive until I get there. And then we see that the next day Jinwoo and his sister went to the park for jogging. Then Jinwoo says, if you have 30 billion, what will you do about it? First of all, I will pay my mother's medical bills, and then I will pay my school fees. But I don't know anything about it, because it is a lot of money. You are right. And he leaves there and runs away from there. Then after completing his running, Jinwoo notices that even after running 10 kilometers, his running 1 kilometer more is being recorded. And then he sees that the rest of the things are also being recorded, because of which he starts working harder. And we see that he performs all the things twice as much, because of which his daily task is converted into a secret task, and he also gets a third option as a reward, in which he has to choose one of the blessed random loot box and cursed random loot box, and he chooses the blessed random loot box, from which he gets a key to a new dungeon. Then a notification appears in front of it, on which it is written that this is the key to Demon Castle, which is an S-rank dungeon, and in it you can get the elixir of life, which is a potion that can cure any disease, and he gets very happy seeing it. And then he meets his mother at night and thinks, if the elixir of life can really cure any disease, then I will definitely go to get it. Then Jinwoo arrives here to open that dungeon, and he thinks that he is going to open an S-rank dungeon, which means that there will be such magic beasts in it, as if they were on Jeju Island, and even S-rank hunters could not handle them easily. And then we see that Jinwoo enters the dungeon, and he thinks that he is very scared. So if anything goes wrong here, then I will run away from here with the help of this teleportation stone. And then we see that a monster comes in front of him, which is the watchman of the Hell Gate. Then Jinwoo says that if I accept defeat, then everything will be over. So I have to become more powerful. And then he activates his skills and runs towards that monster. Then we see that even if he attacks again and again, that monster has no effect. And then he starts his new skill, Murderous Intent. And it hurts Jinwoo a lot and throws him away. And then he sees that as soon as that monster is attacking him, his health is constantly dropping. But then he receives a notification, which says that this monster has just used the Raise spell, because of which all his abilities will be 100% for 3 minutes. And then that monster attacks Jinwoo and throws him away, because of which his health becomes half. And then Jinwoo uses the full recovery and attacks that monster. But we see that that monster has no effect, and he throws Jinwoo away and starts attacking him continuously, because of which Jinwoo's health is decreasing. And after 30% power is reduced, his willpower skill is activated, because of which he succeeds in hiding from that monster. Then Jinwoo thinks that this system is warning me again and again in critical moments. I just have to escape from this monster for 3 minutes. And then we see that the advantage of that monster is over for 3 minutes, because of which whatever Jinwoo attacked him, he starts showing effects. Then Jinwoo starts attacking him with all his strength. And we see that the 2 heads of that monster have already lost. But one head catches Jinwoo with its teeth, because of which Jinwoo's health is very low. But Jinwoo still does not give up, and he constantly starts attacking the monster's eyes, and we see that after a lot of attacks that monster loses, because of which Jinwoo's levels go up, and his wounds fill up. And then Jinwoo gets some items after defeating that monster, and a Demon Castle key. Then Jinwoo finally gets the formula to make Elixir of Life, for which he needs 3 items, and he has to get them inside the Demon Castle. Then Jinwoo thinks that after this fight, I have already known my current level. And this is all for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.